Without further ado, I'm going to bring up your headliner. Are you guys ready for your headliner? Are you guys ready for your headliner this evening? Yeah! Put your hands together. He's been on Last on Fox and on ABC. Clap right now for Al Goodwin!
One more time for Rachel and Janae and John and John. Let's hear it for all of them. Thanks for coming out, everybody. It's good to be here. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I served my country after I got out of high school. I was in the Navy for 4 years out of my life. And if anyone served in the military, you know that every branch has their own acknowledgement greeting, right? A lot of people know the Marine Corps' acknowledgement greeting. If you know the Marine Corps' acknowledgement greeting, yell it out. That is their motto. That's on Oorah, right. Oorah. Yeah. Very nice attempt in the back. Anybody know the Army's acknowledgement greeting? No? It's hua. Right, hua. Hua. H? No. No. But somebody get her another drink. Okay. Because she is having a lot of fun playing along, and I like that. But that was close. It's hoo-ah. All right? Hua. H-U-A. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Right? Makes sense. Hua. Yeah. And it's way better than the Navy's because ours was, hey, girl, hey. A lot of people don't know that. So I just try to share knowledge. So here's some knowledge that you might not know. I just recently discovered you do not need mouthwash. All you have to do is floss and brush, okay? Now that being said, I found a new mouthwash that is awesome, so I'm telling people about it. It is called Fireball, okay? Yes. And when you're gargling with that, don't spit it out, all right? Just let that go down because it makes your breath very cinnamon. Oh, here's something else I just learned. Give it up for the ladies tonight. You ladies are amazing. Let's hear it for all the ladies that are here tonight. Absolutely. You ladies are incredible. I just learned that 2 weeks ago on Discovery Channel. Here's what I found out. Women have eggs. You can Google that. And genetic engineers can take DNA from one girl's egg, use that DNA to fertilize another girl's egg, and it will always be a girl baby as the outcome of that process. That is amazing. Okay? Fellas, we cannot put two sperms together and turn that into a kid. Okay? Because if you could do that, the carpet under my computer, there's millions and millions of kids. So, yeah. All right, I think I found the level of the room. I can talk about art. I saw a cool painting by a famous artist named Vincent van Gogh, who I believe is no longer with us. And the name of the painting, Starry Night. Have you guys ever seen that painting? Yes? Well, if you ever held a black light up to the carpet under my computer. Okay, all right. See what I did there? See what I did? Because I like to paint pictures too, Dave. All right, and on my carpet. All right, I'm looking at the stares that I'm getting from people right now, and I'm thinking this would be a good time to talk about my facial hair decisions. So let's do that, okay? Sure, I know I look like a cast member of Sons of Anarchy or a construction worker from the Village People, but I am neither of those things, okay? I am a superhero, and we have weird facial hair, okay? Look at my friend Wolverine. I'm very similar to Wolverine. I'm just not from the wolf, okay? From the wolf family of superhero. I am from the badger family of superhero. So I am Badgerine, okay? That's who I am. That's Badgerine right there. That's what I do. I knew when I was a kid. Look at my teeth. They're like a vampire, like, really sharp. They're like fangs. And plus, growing up, all my teachers would say, "Why are you so Badgerine?" And then when I was 36, I got diagnosed with ADHD, and I realized it's a superpower, okay? It is. I am super annoying, okay? Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm super elusive. All right. So I'll annoy you, Badgerine, right? And then you'll want to get me because I'm annoying you, but then you can't catch me, and then I just come back and I annoy you more, Badgerine, right? And then you just want to kill yourself after that. That's my superpower. Badgerine, stop it. Badgerine, go away. Badgerine. That's how it works. So. And Badgerine's been married for 25 years. That's a long time. And I'll tell you what, ladies, you want to keep your man 25 years? Do what my wife did. You set expectations early in the relationship. She said, don't cheat on me, don't lie to me, and I'll treat you like a king. And here it is, 25 years later, I don't cheat on her, I don't lie to her, and she treats me like a king. Yeah, she does. Yeah, but like a king that doesn't get laid a lot. Okay, like a king that needs internet access, I think, is the point that I was trying to make. And that's why I was upset last week, because I lost internet access, and I had to call my provider. I was like, help me, provider, because you are not providing me internet access. And I didn't even get a human. I got an automated attendant, girl voice too, perky girl voice, right? She was very excited. She was like, let's reset your cable modem. What I'd like you to do is unplug the power from the back of your cable modem. And when you're done, say power unplugged. And I'm like, you're chipper. Who is this? Is this the girl from the Progressive commercials? Who is that? And I'm trying to see if I got it unplugged, and the phone goes, are you still there? And I'm like, I'm here, and I have it unplugged now. And she goes, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Did you say your power is unplugged? Just say yes or no, right? So I was like, yes. Right? And then she was like, okay, great. And I'm like, I want to download this app for my phone, okay? I want the automated attendant app. So when my wife calls, I can just forward her to the automated attendant app and let it answer in a perky version of my voice, and then just text message me the important details of the phone call, right? So I just get a text message, Karen's being mean at work, pick up milk on your way home. Duration 57 minutes. Thank you, automated attendant. That is, you saved me. But the bad part, I would still have to sound like automated attendant around the house, so she wouldn't know when I'm forwarding her, right? Like on the weekends, I'd have to be walking around the house. Did you want me to clean out the garage? If you'd like me to clean out the garage, say clean garage. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Goodbye. That'd be awesome. I like being married. I got a friend of mine who's never been married, and he's my age, and he has never been married. And for a reason, he is an idiot. He says stupid stuff. We were talking about Jessica Alba. He goes, she's a babe. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. And I'm like, that's why you're single, okay? Why do you say stuff like that? It's Jessica Alba. I wouldn't kick her out of bed if she peed on me, okay? I would be like, it's okay, you're so pretty. Some people pay extra for that. Not just other people, but and this guy's into the adult movies, and they're not real. Like the whole spanking things. I've been married 25 years. Trust me, not real. Okay. But then I was thinking, I've never even tried the spanking thing, and maybe that's what we're missing. And it turned out that nope. We weren't missing that. And you don't need to wait 25 years to pull that one out of your bag of tricks, because there will be a talkie talk. She was like, what got into you? I saw it in the movie. No? I could lick your butt. No? Alright, I'm just gonna turn this video camera off because I'm pretty sure you're not into this either. I have ADD for real, and guess what? The fun doesn't end there. So do both my kids. They both have ADD too. Oh yeah. And guess what else? My wife she hates all of us. That's a true story. And, there are pluses and minuses to ADD. Here's one of the pluses. A lot of guys, they get yelled at when their wife realizes that they have zoned out of the conversation, okay? I do not get in trouble if I zone out of the conversation because I have ADD, all right? All I get is, did you take your pill today? And I'm always like, nope. I forgot. I'm gonna go do that right now. And then I just never come back. But that's only because we're good at problem solving. And here's a good example of problem solving. My wife wanted an in-ground pool in our backyard, so I called a construction company and I said, I wanted an estimate, and they said $1,200 just to dig the hole, does not include concrete. $1,200 for a hole. So I said, I'll do the hole myself, okay? And then I put an ad on Craigslist for free dirt. And when people showed up, I gave them a shovel, and I said, you can have everything inside those orange spray-painted lines that are on my grass. You can have 12 feet of dirt from this side, but only 3.5 feet of dirt from that side, okay? And leave a stair pattern on the 3.5 foot side. You know what I'm talking about. There are downsides to ADD, though. Last year we went on our second honeymoon, little exotic island. We went to New Orleans, Louisiana. And here's the thing. If you have ADD, don't go to Mardi Gras for your second honeymoon. That's a bad call right there. There are a lot of distractions at Mardi Gras, okay? There are just big ones, little ones, perky ones. They're everywhere. And my wife was like, you look like a kid in a candy store. And I was like, I am married, okay? I am a kid with diabetes in a candy store right now. That is pretty much how this plays out, right? And then she goes, I don't have to worry about you because you're my soulmate. And I was like, definitely. And then she was like, why did you say definitely weird and fast like that? And I was like, because when you're at the sink, I'm at the toilet, baby. And then she was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I was of course, I was like, Badgerine, right? And she was like, don't Badgerine me right now. What does that mean if you're at the sink and I'm at the toilet? How does that make me your soulmate? And I was like, oh, I thought you said soulmate. I'm sorry. You know what? We were at Mardi Gras, and I am not focused on this conversation. So I'm going to go take another one of my pills. I'll be right back. I tried to be honest about my ADD. The other day, this guy was repeating instructions, and I said, listen up, fella. You do not have to tell me twice, okay? You need to tell me 11 to 14 times, all right? I wear a condom when I make love to my wife because I don't want her to get the ADD too, so I tried a new condom, extra sensitive. Fellas, if you haven't tried extra sensitive condoms, awesome, okay? When we were done making love, we cuddled for an hour and a half, okay? And we watched the movie Marley and Me, and I cried at the end because it was really sad, okay? Spoiler alert! And then we listened to Adele's new CD together. And if you haven't gotten this joke by now, there's nothing more that I'm going to be able to say that's going to help you to get that joke. So we're just going to move along. ADD people are always trying to be funny, and the people that we talk to usually don't think we're very funny. One time I made my wife laugh. I called her and she answered and she was short, rude, and abrupt like always. And I'm like, why are you short, rude, and abrupt? And she goes, I'm late for 2 different doctor's appointments. I got to go by. And I'm like, well, okay, wait. Are you on the call? She's like, yeah, what? And I'm like, what are your doctor's appointments? And she goes, ophthalmologist, gynecologist. There, are you happy? And I'm like, well, first of all, you do not want to get those appointments mixed up. Okay? Could you imagine? That guy would be like, that is the worst case of pink eye I've ever seen. And the brown eye doesn't look good either. It is like 2080. Thank you, David. I love this guy. Best haircut in the business right there. Where was I? But we're always trying to be funny. Like the other day, and they don't like my wife. I didn't make her laugh the other day. She walks in the family room scratching herself, and she's like, "Why am I so itchy?" And I said, "Well, I think it's because you're pronouncing it with a silent B." And I don't know why you're so itchy. All the time. And it turns out I should have just said dry skin, everybody. So if you thought that was funny, I shirts after the show say I'm itchy with the silent B right there. And they have a girl dog on the front. I don't know what you call a girl dog, but it's got a girl dog on the front. And she's scratching herself because she's itchy. And it comes in athletic gray or, wait for it, vagina pink. And yeah, exactly. So if you're a girl that likes to work out, or if you're just a whore, I got your colors. And growing up with ADD, like it's tough. Like you don't have a filter. I didn't know until late age that I had ADD. And my rule in life, I had one rule. That rule was if you think of something funny, you say that shit. Okay, that was my rule. I lost a lot of friends with that rule. But then I got diagnosed with ADD and I had a filter all of a sudden, because they put me on drugs and the meds, and then I would think of stuff that was funny and I'd be like, I should say that shit, and then the drugs would be like, don't say that shit. Okay, all right, this is a filter. I've heard of this. I have it now. It's awesome, right? If I don't take my pill, I still revert back to the old rule, and that's not good because it's a PC world we live in. Right, you can't just say retarded. You gotta say mentally challenged. Okay. What? So you can't say that either. I don't even know what you said. But am I on the pill now? No. That is why I'm worried about what I'm gonna say next. Here's the thing. Like you can't say retarded. You can't say midget. You gotta say little person, right? And you can't say racist. You gotta say Trump supporter. Like there are lots of rules. Is all I'm saying. But when I take my meds, I have my filter, and I have a friend who doesn't have a filter. He just has crazy stuff. He has ADD. We've all told him he has ADD, but he won't get help. So half my act comes from his house, and his name is Tim. I'm at Tim's house a month ago. His son Alex is almost 5, and Alex comes up to Tim. I saw all of this go down. It was hilarious. All right, so Alex comes up and goes, Dad, I forget, am I awesome? Or am I fantastic? And Tim was like, no, buddy, you are autistic. Remember, how many times have I told you that? And Alex was like, 1,023 times, because it's a percent prime and it's 1 away from 2 to the 10th power. And I'm like, that kid is autistic. Okay, first of all, I had to Google percent prime. Yeah. Lesson of that story, ADD people say stuff that makes them lose friends. I've lost friends. My wife gave me good advice to keep friends. She said if a friend tells you bad news in their life, you say, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay? And nothing else. She also said, get a card or a gift. Actions speak louder than words. Good advice. A week later, my friend said he was diagnosed with Lyme disease. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Nothing else. And I got him to get one card, and I put a coupon in for Limeade. Because, you know why. You know why I did that. And my other friend, he went to Florida because he got his hand bit off by an alligator because they jump out of trees now, okay? And you Google it, it's real, Badgerine. And it jumped out of a tree and it bit his hand off, and he hated the Gatorade. But not him, because, yeah, you need 2 hands to open Gatorade. So, here's the thing, people. I was in an Uber the other day. My Uber driver picked me up, and it was a guy, and the whole time he was driving, he kept logging on to his Grindr account while he was driving, like checking his Grindr account. And like, who does this, right? He was totally a distracted driver, and but he wound up getting rear-ended. So okay, that was a new one. Thank you. I don't even just have ADD. I also have dyslexia, because God was like, give him something else. And dyslexia, that is more than number-letter confusion. You overthink words. Here's a good example. My doctor said, eat and drink antioxidants are good for you. Antioxidants. But people, think about this. Anti is a prefix, and it means opposite of, whatever word comes after it. So if antioxidants are good for us, that means normal plain oxidants are therefore bad for us. That is true and correct, because my mom said that I was an oxidant, and that is okay, Denver, I see how you are. Oh, like I'm the only one. I get it. All right, I don't even know why I'm telling you guys all my ailments, to be quite honest. I don't like it when people know I'm sick. I hide it, and I'm good at hiding. I can hide diseases I hadn't even been diagnosed with yet, okay? Like, if God forbid, if I'm ever diagnosed later in life with, I don't know, let's say Parkinson's, I'm just going to carry a Splenda packet with me wherever I go, and then no one will know that I have Parkinson's. They'll just be like, why does he still have that Splenda packet? He's had that for 2 years. He should rip the top and check it. I'll bet you all the Splendas at the bottom by now, right? I'm just trying to see how many people are on this bus ride to hell with me, and it would seem that I have a large majority of people on this bus, so I will drive safely. And speaking of driving safely, drive safely, especially on holidays. That's when animals jump in front of your cars, on the holidays. It is. It's on Christmas Day. I hit a deer on Christmas Day, and I messed that deer up. Like after I hit the deer, none of its lights would light up anymore, and like its head that used to go up and down real slow like this, it wouldn't even do that anymore. And thank God there was an airbag with the snowman inside, because I went through that deer like it was made out of wireframe. And then on Halloween, I hit a gopher or a groundhog or a beaver, but it wasn't a badger. Badgerine. It was like a gigantic squirrel. You know what? It was a horrible costume. Okay, I have no idea what that kid was. I just took the candy and I got the hell out of there. That's what I did. I think the lesson of that story is don't trick or treat as a squirrel, okay? Because that was my takeaway. I mean, besides the candy. Okay. You know what dyslexic people do in the bedroom? We do 96. Yeah. Absolutely. It's not as sexy as it sounds. My wife just keeps kicking me in the back of the head. So you can figure that out for yourself later. Where was I? I'll tell you this. I'm jealous of my kids because they were diagnosed with ADD early in life, and they're on meds and their lives are great. Like my daughter was diagnosed at age 12. My son was diagnosed at age 9. So I was diagnosed when my daughter was 12. Okay, so I didn't know why my life sucked for a very long time. In high school, I didn't know I had ADD. All I knew in high school was that I had dyslexia, and I was a stoner. And that's a bad mix. Dyslexic stoner, okay, in high school, because I would stand by that free drug school zone sign for hours, just waiting and waiting, and nothing ever happened. And if you got that, tell a friend. And if you didn't get that, this should help. And if you don't get it after looking at this, you are just not gonna get that joke. Yeah, I was a big stoner in high school. I thought that's why they called it high school. And jocks were mean to me. They would tease me for being a stoner. They'd say stoners have bad memory loss. And I'd be like, that's not so bad. Because how about when you go to load the bomb and then you realize that it's already loaded, okay? That's like a bonus when that goes down. But the worst part about high school were the jocks, because they would always tease me for being a stoner. They would say stuff like, stoners have bad memory loss. And that's not so bad. How about when you go to load the bomb, and then you realize that it's already loaded? Yeah, that is like a bonus when that goes down. I had to do that joke 4 times in Birmingham, Alabama. You people in Denver are like NASA engineers. It's good to have you here. Thank you for coming. It is. If you smoke a lot of weed all the time, though, it can warp your perception. One time I was really wasted, and I was watching a show on TV about harassment in the workplace, and there was a girl on the show who had been harassed all up in her workplace, and I was looking at her, and I was thinking, like, first of all, who would have harassed her? Okay, no, not to be mean, but her face was all scrambled and cubed, and her voice was like, I was sitting at my desk when a man came up from behind. I've got 2 turntables and a microphone. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. I am Iron Man. And I was like, of course he got her from behind, right? Because her face was horrible, but her hair was autistic, okay? I'm just saying. You should have. Okay. I've been traveling a lot, just got back from Michigan. People in Michigan use their hand to show where they live in their state, which is cool. And I think if they can do that, then guys who live in Florida, you know, should be able to do the same thing, right? Hold on a second, because I'm from Miami, so just the tip. But I'm thinking about moving to the Keys, so... I don't even know what that meant. That's more like Tampa, but anyways. It's a geography joke, everybody. Woo-hoo. All right. I used to live in New York, dangerous. If you ever lived in one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, a good survival tip that I learned, easy to remember, avoid other people, okay? In Times Square, you're trying to avoid flyer pamphlet people. They're just trying to put a flyer in your hand. And here's what you do. There's a technique, full up technique. Carry something in both hands. Ta-da. Okay? Now you're full up. You can't accept their flyers or their pamphlets because you're already full up. I would always carry my cell phone and a handgun, and I would be like, hey, I am full up. Give it to him or her or one of those 2 people because I can't take it. All right. Oh, now I'm getting a phone call. Hello? I'm on a phone call right now. And that's a city. New York is the city the terrorists are trying to blow up. And where we're getting the terrorists, we got the guy who looks like Ron Jeremy. We got that guy, right? Sheikh Khalid Mohammed, right? You guys, all right, that's fine. Do you ever go to FBI.gov and look at the top 10 terrorists? You do? Yeah? You're the only one, dude. That you and me, we're the only ones. I have to. I'm a superhero. I don't know why you're doing it, but a lot of them, if you've ever looked, Right now, seriously, if any of you go to FBI.gov and look, 8 out of 10 right this second are named Mohammed. 8 out of 10. And one of them is named Mohammed Shir Muhammad Khan. 2 Mohammeds in his name. Okay? That dude is a badass. Okay? What kind of name is that? Mohammed Shir Muhammad Khan. And first of all, some of my best friends are Muslim. Okay? Unless you work for Homeland Security, then none of my BFFs are Muslim. Alright? And I'm not trying to disparage the name Muhammad. That's the prophet of Islam. I get it. I'm not saying Muhammad's a bad name. I'm just trying to say Mohammed Shir Muhammad Khan's parents, all right, had a really poor choice in syllabic pentameter, all right? Because they made their son the John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt of the Muslim community, right? It's like Mohammed Shir Muhammad Khan, his name is my name too. Whenever he comes out, the people always shout, watch out, Mohammed Shir Muhammad Khan. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Let it go. All I'm trying to say is I like to sing, everybody. I wanted to audition for American Idol, but you have to be between 16 and 28 years old to be on that show. And I'm only that age when I'm in a lesbian chat room on the internet. So I was unable to be on that show. I don't even care. I don't care. It's a stupid show, okay? It's not a good reality. You know what a good reality TV show is? Antiques Roadshow. That's what the real... Those are real people. Absolutely. They just want to know how much their stuff is valuable for, right? There's expert appraisers. You only see 2 people on that show, though. One person thinks they have a very valuable object, and then they find out, no, that is not very valuable at all, actually. And then the other person, they don't know how much, I don't even know what this is worth. It's priceless is what that is, okay? And that's 2 people. Like the first time I saw it, I saw the guy who thought he had something valuable. He goes, this is a vase from the Ming Dynasty. And the expert appraiser's like, these markings are consistent with that time frame. But if you will notice here on the bottom, where it is etched made in Taiwan, right there, that is bad, okay? Taiwan's not part of China, okay? And this is written in English, so. Then I saw this other guy on the show. He was like, I found this stick in my basement. All right. It's like a carved stick. It's got some writing on the side right there. What you think that's worth right there, that stick? And the expert appraiser's like, sir, this is the staff that was used by Moses to part the Red Sea. You might want to put that in some bubble wrap, actually. This has been my basement 14 years. My basement flooded 3 years ago. I wish I would have known what this was 3 years ago. How do you work this? Power of Christ compels thee. Hello. Power of Christ. I don't even feel a wind kicking up. Power of Christ. Hello. Power of Christ. All right. All right. I'm a Christian. I'm not trying to. I believe in the rapture, and I do. I got a moonroof in my car, so I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be like, take me, Jesus. Let me suck it in this time, Jesus. One more time, Jesus. I need a bigger sunroof, Jesus. All right. Here's the thing. ADD people, we can focus on stuff if we don't take our pill, but only on stuff that we're interested in already. Like I'm into rock and roll. I know all the one-hit wonder bands. I know trends. Here's a trend I'll bet you didn't know. The best bands in the history of rock and roll tended to begin with the word "the" in their name, okay? It's the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Who, the Doors, the Police, the White Stripes, the Black Keys, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Cars, the Kinks, the Vines, the Highs, the Clash, Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Allman Brothers, the Grateful Dead. There's tons of them, yes. And I can keep going, but here's the other thing. I noticed this trend. The worst bands in the history of rock and roll, they tended to begin with the word Nickelback. And Tangerine. All right. Yeah. If you listen to Nickelback on noise-canceling headphones, you don't hear anything. So, anyways, you guys have been awesome and fantastic, and I've had a very good time tonight. And before I leave, I'm just going to say this. I've been blessed to have been doing stand-up for 26 years, and I've gotten to work with some of the biggest names in the industry, and household names. If I said these names, you'd know these names. Not going to do that, dick move, but here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I try to learn from those greats. I've learned a lot from those greats, and one person taught me something that I didn't even think I could learn. Like, it was an amazing experience. And this person's no longer with us. He passed away in 2005. If you know him, you're lucky. If you don't, look him up on YouTube. You won't regret it. His name was Mitch Hedberg, and he was super funny. Yeah, and he was awesome. And matter of fact, I'll tell you this before I tell you the rest of this story, because I worked with him twice, 2001, 2003. But before I tell you this, his ghost has been haunting me, all right? And his ghost has told me 2 jokes that he wants out. Like, he wanted to tell him when he was alive and couldn't, and now I'm his spokesperson through his ghost, right? Here's the first one. The first one is hilarious if you know the word, acronym means. Ready? Here's the joke. Acronym is a hard word to spell, so I just call it A for short. Yeah, that's the first one. The second one's better, all right? All right, think of Mitch saying this. Ready? I'll bet none of the clothes have price tags at Guess. Right? I don't write like that. Those aren't my jokes. I'm being haunted. Anyways, I'll tell you this. When I worked with Mitch in 2001, he wasn't wearing glasses on stage. And in 2003, he was. And the glasses that he wore on stage were very mirrored, and you couldn't see his eyes if you were in the audience. But I was backstage, I could see behind the glasses, and his eyes were closed during his entire set. Okay, 45 minutes, eyes closed. So after the show, I went up to him and I said, Mitch, why do you keep your eyes closed behind your glasses for 45 minutes? And he goes, I don't want to see that one guy who's sitting right up front with his arms crossed, and he's not laughing at anything. So I just close my eyes and I play to where I hear that the laughs are coming from. And that answer blew me away because I didn't expect it. And I thought maybe I need to get a pair of glasses like that, right? But then I thought, I got Adderall. So there's one dick. I can ignore one dick, right? But there were 0 dicks. Everyone was awesome. And man, you were laughing so much. What's your name right here? Lakshmi. Lakshmi? Lakshmi. All right, Lakshmi. What are you drinking, Lakshmi? Gin and tonic. I know the last call went out. Do we have wait staff in the room? Anyone? No wait staff? No. Damn it. You know what, Lakshmi? I'm going to get you another gin and tonic for the road. Let him drive, all right? Thank you for laughing so much, all right? And oh, yes, yeah, Lakshmi, gin and tonic, please and thank you. Give it up for Pamela, everybody. Pamela. She is the best. And don't clap for me buying Lakshmi a drink because I learned that trick from Bill Cosby. So I'm kidding. You guys have been fantastic. Benjamin!
Al Goodwin, everybody, come on!